Hey friends, Adam here. Now before I start this video, let me know what you think of the camera. I have worked pretty hard to get a decent picture and a decent setup here at home, and I was having problems with my old camera. It was a Sony, like, mirrorless camera on a tripod. It was overheating. It was giving problems with like this weird breathing in the, look in the background, like back here in some of my videos, and it's like this weird focus thing. So I got the Insta360 Link 2 Pro, maybe. The Pro version, not the non-Pro version, which is just the Insta360 Link 2, I think. I don't know. It has a gimbal. It has all sorts of cool stuff. There's a tracking feature on it, but I've turned it off. It's supposed to like follow you when you move around, but it kind of creeps me out. So I turned that off. But anyway, let me know what you think of the picture quality. I think it looks great. But let me know what you think on all your different devices, phones and TVs and all that kind of stuff. And let's continue the video. So this is going to be, as you can see by the description, my first ever video playing 6-ball. At least I think it is. I don't think I've done one on this channel. I've only played 6-ball maybe half a dozen racks in my life, and it was in Dr. Dave's runout drill system, RDS. Search Dr. Dave's channel for RDS and you'll see what that is. It's a series of kind of like level up, see how good you can go, Fargo ratings kind of thing, based on a bunch of different basically ghost drills, starting with like 3-ball going all the way up to like a 15-ball rotation. But anyway, I decided to play 6-ball. A couple people have asked me about it. I want to say Rob did. I want to say one of the Jameses did. And it came up in a Demetrius Gelatis video. Since I've never done it, I figured let's give it a try, see what happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a race to 9 in 6-ball, but I didn't know really how to play 6-ball. I assumed it's just like 10-ball or 9-ball. I'm going to do a call shot. I'm not going to do any slop. I'm not going to do early 6-balls. If I do happen to make it on a called combo early, then I will spot it and move ahead. Otherwise, everything's a miss. It's the same as regular Ghost, where I break, take ball in hand no matter what happens, and run out in order. We'll see how it goes. And in searching, I found somebody. I was looking for somebody on the who's done one of these on YouTube for the rules, and I saw some guy say 6-ball Ghost with no warm-ups. I thought that was an absolutely horrible idea, so I did it. Let's take a look. Here's your proof, however you want to read into that, this is my first shots at the table without any warm-up. Actually, it is. You have to take my word for it. There's no way to really prove it. I did come down. I plan on doing this. I was doing whatever else I was doing during the day, came down, racked up, set up the TV, set up the camera, set up everything. Now this is going to be a race to 9. You can see the score back. I don't have a fancy scoreboard for this one. I'm just going to break with my playing cue because that's the easiest way to scratch. I'm not hitting the break hard. I'm not doing like a power break. You don't need it in 6-ball. But I am going to take ball in hand after every break and see if I can run out in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, unless I make something on the break. So we'll see how this goes. And right away, I get pretty goofy on the 2. There's a couple ways I can play it. I see a lot of you try to do this and play it with inside, which would be your right spin in this case. And don't recommend that because then it's easy to get straight on the 3, hard to get on the 4. I prefer going straight up and down the table, but it looks like because it's only my 3rd shot at the table, I'm going to put more of a stroke on it and go outside. Did not want to clip the 5, but I think I'm okay. Now the 4-ball in the side here, I really want to be on, I really would like to be straight on this pocket line. Somewhere in here. Being over here is okay, being over here is less okay. Being over here being less okay means the cue ball is going this way after the 4, and it's harder to get back on the 5. This is probably just straight top, maybe a touch of left, and I overdid it a little bit, but I am on the correct side, if not a little bit too much on the correct side. Ideally, I wanted to be straight in, so I'm almost a foot off, 6 inches, 8 inches, somewhere in there. And again, this is without warm-up, so I'm cold. It's winter. You can see I'm wearing a hoodie in Wisconsin. So actually this day it could have been 60 or it could have been 20. We've been having weird weather here. Now this shot, I would really like to have taken more time on this and gone this way and out instead of just taking a 1-stroke, not a 1-stroke, but a stab at it and getting, I'm actually further off than I need to be on the 6 ball here. Gonna still play it in the upper left. And just like that, it's 1-0. So hey, before we go on, I wanted to talk about something real quick. I have some new friends over at a company called Brave Billiards. It is brave-billiards.com. I want to give a big shout out to Dave and Brad over at Brave Billiards. They have introduced what they call the V3 magnetic chalk system. And it is this thing. You saw me play with it in that rack, and a couple of my 75 ball challenge videos, I played with it. It's new into my shooting system. Actually, if you haven't seen my shooting system video, look at the link above. What it is it's one of these cool magnetic chalk clip things with a little rounded thing that can clip inside your jeans, or I've seen people put them on their headbands. I don't wear a headband, so I don't have enough hair to stick it to. But what this is one of those chalk systems with a very strong magnet in it. Now, a couple cool things about their system. Now, I'm using the Pagan Lion chalk. This is a square chalk. The clip that they have, or the holder that they have, is a generic for any size of the square chalks. Masters, Pagan Lion, and I just tried the Dr. V's, and they all fit well. They also have a circle one of these, hold this up, for the Teom, and they also have like the hexagonal or octagonal or whatever it is for like the Predator Piers and that. Then they have this magnet which fits into the back here, and the magnet fits on all 3 of them. Got to put it in front of my face here. Their logo, it's 4 magnets, and they are very strong. You'll notice there's no stickers or anything that go on the chalk. I've seen some of these systems that come in with, they give you like 5 stickers, and once you use them all, you have to go buy new stickers or something, or the magnets themselves are stickers. This is just, it's pretty tight in here. Like, I had to use my nail to kind of dig it out of there. It will not come out, and the magnets are very strong. Like the movie things. And action. I really like the way this, you have to pull on it and it sticks back, and it kind of just is, for me, I've added it to kind of like my mental resets of my shooting system. So I don't get too far into that. That's into the weeds here. But the best thing about this is the customizable graphics. For $10, you can customize any graphics you want, including the backgrounds, anything you want on them within reason, because it's not the biggest thing in the world. The first one I'll show you is this Brave Billiards logo. Now, this is standard on all of them. The back side is basically for all of their branding. The front side is where you can do all of your work. And actually, if you notice, look behind me. Use this finger at the pattern on this base, and maybe I'll put a picture of my base and my pool cue up here, and look at the background of this. They actually took a picture of my base and made it the background. Now, up above, we have the V3. That is their branding and their logo. I did have it put in as like a bright green to make it stand out, and also tie into the green leaves down there. There is my AG logo from my Adam G Pool channel that you're watching right now. There is 3 purple oranges. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. If you want to know, maybe you might know. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you know what purple oranges means. Or if you want me to talk about it more. And of course, the thing every pool player needs to hear in giant letters here, focus, don't suck. When you're on a tough shot, you need to just clear your head and not think of anything else. You go, Adam, don't suck. Oh yeah, thanks. Anyway, I really appreciate the work that these guys have put into this. They went back and forth. I went back and forth a dozen times at least with ideas and graphics and certain things, and they were able to do every one of them. All these are custom graphics that they just took pictures and placed them in their program and got it printed out there. They are not sponsoring the channel or me, or we don't have like a partnership or anything. I just think they're doing some great things. I really like the product. They have some cool things coming soon that I may or may not know about. And the winner of the BS League 2 Electric Boogaloo may receive one of these. We'll see. But for now, let's go back to the video. All right, and with that 6 ball, I am up 1-0 in this race to 9. I'm gonna try a different spot to break because I almost scratched on the side on that first spot. Instead, this one I have a better chance to scratch in the corner. I am not trying to make anything on the break other than just getting a cue ball in a decent spot. Not like, you know, in 9-ball you're trying to make the wing ball, or maybe the 1, and in 10-ball you're making the 2 balls behind the, I don't know why I'm doing this, behind the 1 ball in the sides, or the 4-railers. The 4-railers do tend to go as that 3-ball did here, but we'll see what happens here. So I'm trying to get on the bottom side of this shot line, so that when I shoot the 2, the cue ball naturally just floats up table. And that's good. It's hard to get bad on that shot line, unless I'm really far down. But if I'm super far down like here, I can almost shoot the 2-ball in the corner. This one's just a natural rolling top ball. Now I'm seeing a problem here, and then I'm not really aiming high on the cue ball. Now I'll put a link to my 2026 goals up above. One of them was to try to fix my follow stroke. I don't think I'm cueing high enough on the ball. I'm not raising my bridge high enough. I am doing more of a stun, which is harder to aim and harder to control and easier to have a skid happen. And I think I just did the same thing there. I should have put a little bit of side spin on that for it to come out way over here. This shot, it's going in the upper right. I need to put low left on it, have it go to the rail, and then spin out. Straight on the 6 is fine as long as I'm nowhere near the 6-ball. Problem with this is that I'm really early into my session here because I didn't do any warm-up, and it's easy to underhit that. I actually would have been better off hitting the 6. Now, you guys can argue over this one. Do you cut or do you bank this? In fact, pause the video right now, leave me a comment. I almost always cut these. I think the cut is a much more reliable, unless you do that, it's a much more reliable shot. But the ghost is on the board. There will be no whitewashing of the 6-ball ghost. In fact, check the link above for an actual whitewashing of the ghost video. I might have just not really doing great on this break here. I needed to just put it right here and just hit it straight on with middle ball. But I made the 1 and everything's spread out. The goal of this is just to get the balls so they're not in a cluster. Nothing's up near here nor towards the side pocket. They're not touching each other. Just keep them spread out and I should be able to do okay. That one was just kind of a natural 1-rail stun shot, a little bit of left spin. Here I'm looking at the angle I need to get fairly straight on the 4. I just can't be down here because I don't want the cue ball to go into the 6 when I make the 4. I think it's 2 inches of draw. Something like that. This should be good. Straight in is fine. A little bit off this way is also fine because I can just roll forward past the 6. This one I can do a number of different ways. I can try to get straight on this line. I can just play it for straight in on the 5. Got kind of halfway in between. I think a stop shot leaves me... I really wish I would spend the time to look at the angles for the secondary object ball. That was one of my goals in my 2026 video that I posted. Also post a link to my shooting system. I'm a little bit off here. I think this point's about here. These can be nervy if... I almost popped out of the pocket there if you saw that. But it worked. I'm up 2-1. Those can be nervy shots sometimes. I don't know why I keep breaking from over here because it's not working. Get that a little harder for unknown reasons. Made the 4-ball on a fluke. Everything's spread out. 2 to 3 is a little interesting. If I can get straight in on the 3 here, it's a little nervy shot into the tight side pocket, but then it leads me to the 5 and 6. I'm looking for an angle to be able to do that. I probably want to be... I don't want to be there. Okay. I think it was a little too far away to follow it. And if I'm feeling nervy at all, being that I'm still not really warmed up, only made, what, 18 balls or whatever? 17. Now 18 probably. This looks very familiar to a shot that I played in a video that I did on a Drew Von Port run out. I'll put a link to that if I have any links left. I think I can hold this one on the inside though. That one was almost similar shot with the 2 balls here, but there was a ball in the middle. So I decided to go right around it, not even worry about that. This is a much safer shot than trying to hold it or trying to play for the side. 5 to the 6 is going to be easy, so a stop shot here should suffice. Maybe drop back a little bit just to get a little closer, or okay, push it to the rail, whatever. Ideally, if I'm here, I'm probably going to be on the rail when I shoot the 6. That's not really ideal, so I want to get somewhere where I can get the cue ball off the rail to shoot the 6. I don't know what that was, but I'm glad I got up because it did not look comfortable when I got down on the shot. I think I'm playing this a little bit of inside just to come up, cut the angle off. Or a lot of inside, I'm going right into the 6 ball. I don't know why I did that. I hit that way entirely too hard. And now I'm faced with not a great shot. It's makeable in the corner or the side. I'm going to go for the side here. Just a straight draw. Looks like an eyeball. And after the eyeball goes in the pocket, I am up 3 to 1. So let me know, do you play 6 ball? Am I doing things correctly? Am I way off on my thoughts on this game? I like the idea that break speed better, but I don't like where the cue ball almost went towards the side. Now, granted, it doesn't matter if I scratch, but I'd rather not. But yeah, there were a number of people. I hope I got all the shout outs correct. If I missed you in my shout outs early on, Robin, one of the Jameses, and somebody else, there was a third person who asked about 6 ball. And I'm sorry if I forgot. I don't remember even when it was, and looking through comments, it's not really easy. This, ideally in this line would be good, but we'll see what I decide to do here. And with the other way, yeah, I pointed right here where it's where I wanted to be because I wanted to just go 1, 2 rails out above the 4. And now I have this weird cut, maybe going into the 5 ball. Redraw that line. Can I go around the 5? Can I go inside the 5? Hit it. Well, that was going to be a complete disaster because the cue ball was about to be here. But this will work. This one, I think I can just float to the rail. Didn't like something. Using the chalk holder. I think I'm floating the rail with some inside and just kind of holding this line. That works. I think here, just a stop shot. Probably, if I have an angle, I'll draw it this way. But I've overhit a couple of these 5 to 6 balls, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, just stun it over, and this will be fine. So anyway, for those of you who do play 6 ball, what's your normal routine? How many? What's your race? What do you do? You race to 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, 100? And how do you do normally on it? I'm just wiping off the cue ball there a little bit. Yeah, I'm doing this weird cut break thing, and I'm not really a fan of it. But I'm gonna try. Hopefully, I don't want to sound like Mike Siegel talking about every break and where the 2 ball goes. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So here, I do recommend using follow on your ball and hands, but since this is basically just a stop shot with actually I'm following it a little bit to get around. So normally I would have played, like if I'm trying to get like the 3 balls up here, I'd put the cue ball down here and follow it up into that corner. Here, I don't know if I'm trying to stay inside the 6, like here, or I'm going around the 6. Yeah, I was staying inside the 6. That works well. I'm not on the rail. Here I'm going to play top. I might need a hair of right spin to kind of cut the angle off and have it come back like this. Also can stun it. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm following it with inside spin. That was neat until it hit this 5 ball. That was not great. I'm still okay, and I have a natural 2 rail angle to come kind of towards the 6 ball here. I don't really want, if I can, no, maybe I can't. Maybe I can't beat that. The angle to the scratch is pretty dead, so I'm doing the shot that I did in the first rack that didn't work well for me, and it's not going to really work well here either. I mean, I do have a shot, and in all my videos I say, if you want to get better at shooting these types of shots, put 6-ball or the money ball where it's racked. Now, granted, it's not where it's racked, but it's still the same type of shot. Still going to be playing with a draw to the rail or stun to the rail shot, and I'm on a roll here at 5-1. Other than that second game, and I'm not gonna mention the break. Not gonna mention the break. That was gonna scratch. 2 didn't hit it. But yeah, other than the second game where I missed the 6-ball, I am on a roll here. Playing to 9. I decided 9 before I started recording this, so. Didn't know how fast the games would be. This is a little bit longer video than I would have liked, but you know, that's okay. You guys get an extra 35 seconds of watch time or something like that and give the algorithm good things. This didn't work out well at all. I was trying to aim for this, like a line here to play this, you know, play the 2 in the side and just knock into the 6. Now I have to play this in the corner and the cue ball is coming back towards the rail. Could sit on the rail. Missed a shot. Ooh, almost missed the shot. Cue ball almost got on the rail. I think the reason it didn't go on the rail is because I did hit, you know, 2 into the rail down here. Got a little bit lucky there. Now I just want to make sure I'm looking at my leave. Now, that's something that I should be doing on every shot here, and I think because it's only 6-ball that I'm not doing it. I think because it's not, I think it might be easier than it really is. I'm not looking at every shot. I'm just kind of walking around and shooting. Like I should be going around and just looking where I need to be on the 5 so that I can play a stop shot in the 5 and make the 6. Instead, I'm not. I'm just kind of guessing, and I think that's dangerous here. A lot of that may be, this is really good though. A lot of that may be just lack of focus because I haven't, I still feel like I'm in a warm-up phase because I never really got warm before I started recording, and now I have the pressure of the recording. And granted, if things got horribly wrong here, I probably don't even post this video. But it's more pressure than I'm used to right when warming up. Usually when I warm up, I just put 15 balls all over and I take all the longest shots. Like I don't worry about patterns. I don't worry about anything. I take long shots of spin and a bunch of side spin and draw and follow and just try to warm my arm up. I will not mention the break again. I'm not even gonna look. Did I break? No. I don't have any sound on, so I don't know when I was gonna break or not. Here's the first possible issue. But if you can see here, both of them go, so it's not really an issue. That's what I'm trying to avoid on this break, is just making sure I don't wind up in a situation where things are tied up together. Because if the 4 is right here, I'm in a lot of trouble. I have to try to break it out on the first shot and still get a shot in the 2. But as you've known, if you watched my ghost videos, and if I have any links left, I'll put a link up to my ghost playlist. Up there somewhere. The ghost, these games can get out of hand really fast. I remember playing, it was at the pool hall that should not be named. That worked out really well. I was playing a ghost 9-ball race to 7, and I went 0-7, and probably 5 of those 7 racks, I didn't even have a shot on the 1. So you get like the 1 and like, imagine the 1 being right here on the rail in a place where the combo doesn't go, and you get ball in hand. What do? You just have to slam into the ball and try to make something. The bridge gets a sighting for a first time in a while. Hello, bridge. How's it going? Good thing you can't see my bridge. I get really pokey with the bridge. Maybe I should practice it. Silly me. I just grabbed the bridge because I knew the extension was probably not going to reach from there. I also knew I didn't have to worry about where the 6 was. That shot I'm okay not sighting, what I call sighting the secondary ball, because I know it's right on the rail. I know where it is. All right, made it. 6-1. Just kind of rolling along here. 7-1, sorry. Was it really 7-1? Yeah. Pretty sure it was. You know what? I don't know. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to look. Oh, yeah, it was. Okay. We'll go back to this. Sorry about that. Usually don't like rewinding these videos in the middle of it because it looks weird, but look at the fantastic break again. 2-all again. Almost got in a weird spot. I'm looking to see if it goes here. Because if it doesn't, I have to play it here, which means I need an angle to be able to get back on a 3. When the 3 is, assuming the 3 the 3 is tight there. But here's what I'm doing. What I was talking about before when you want to follow ball in hand, I'm following into the line on the 2 that I want to get on. So this must go past the, oh, yikes. This must go past the 6 down in the lower left, but I think at the last second there, I realized, oh no, I'm going to be over the 5 ball, and I hit it weirdly. Maybe decelled. Probably did too much stun and not enough follow like I was talking about before. So this is pretty good exercise for me as far as watching this after the fact, which is really the reason I started this channel. By the way, if you have not subscribed, hit the little subscribe button down there and maybe flash up something on the screen and fancy and stuff like that. Ooh, I think I'm barely okay. The cue ball was floating naturally into position for the 3, but that 4 ball gets huge. So because I'm not hemming and hawing over it, I must have this whole ball. Yeah, I had the whole ball. But out of position, have to try to recover. Now the 5 is right in front of the side, or right in front of the corner, so it's a lot easier to deal with. But yeah, being out of position there was rough. Can I just stop this? Nope, I had to stun out of the corner. That was a pretty good shot, if I say so myself. Now, can I hit this in a way that I get on an angle to make it in the side? Or am I doing something else? You would think right spin would do it, but you saw how it died off the rail there? It's really easy to underhit that and not have it go anywhere near this angle. Now, ideally, I'd want just straight in, like on the dot over here. But I missed that by half a diamond. Still gonna play it in the side. All right, with that, I am on the hill. It is 8-1. You may be wondering why this video is not over. Or do I spend 11 minutes playing 6 balls? I don't think so. Everything looks okay. 1 to the 2 to the 3 looks, actually 1, 2 to the 3 to the 4 looks great. 4 to the 5 is going to be routine. Like a stop shot on the 1 here gives me the 2 in a line to just float over the 3, which gives me a line to just play the 4, 1 rail up, get an angle on the 5. I don't know why I'm doing this unless I'm just, okay, that's fine. Could have done that either way, played it over here and stunned out, or did what I did there. Either way is fine. This is essentially a stop shot, kind of just drifting over a little bit this way. Instead, I drew it back for some reason. If I wanted to be closer to the 3 there, this one, instead of just playing a natural angle, now I'm having to go here. I didn't look at the 4, so I don't know what side of the 4 ball I need to be on, but it is pretty straight in. Kind of an intuitive angle, but now really I would have liked to be down here so that I can go either 1 rail here or 2 rails over here. I know I said I'd be up here before, but with the way I played the 3, I wanted to overshoot it than anything. Now I have to draw straight back. And so what do you do here? You should look at the camera and shake your head. There was a shot in a Predator 10-ball match where, was it Cheska? Played this shot and cut it in perfectly. I have other plans. I think I am the jumper supreme and I can jump over the point, which is half an inch in front of the cue ball, and land on the 5 to make it and still get a shot on the 6. Just to maybe turn off. Yeah, that was close. That was a great shot there. So just like that, the ghost is 2. I am still on the hill. I'm wiping off the cue ball from my miscue mark there. That is one of the issues with Teom green, is that it puts darker marks on when you miscue. So remember when I was saying about this getting weird? Now we have the 5 and the 6. The combo looks pretty easy, but there's nothing else to shape on because by the time I get to the combo, I'm going to be on the 5 ball. And I have to leave myself for a shot in the 5 ball, and if I'm not at the right angle, the 5 can come out, cue ball can get in the wrong spot. I need to deal with the 2, 3, and 4 first, and I overran the 2 ball already. I think up more would have been a more natural. Now I have to put a little bit of inside on this cut and go back and forth 2 rails and out. And overcut it. And because of that, I am behind the 4 ball. I think I can hit the 3, but that doesn't help here. I don't have enough to bank it. I don't have enough to cut it. I don't really have enough. I could maybe cut it. Yeah, this is ugly. The cut on this is no fun at all. Even though I just made a shot, it's very similar to that. I do have enough to bank it, but I'm banking with the short cue. No, I'm not. I must not have enough angle. What am I doing here? Yeah, that jump cue worked so well last game. Let's try it again. So I'm jump banking this. Yep, because the jump cut sends the cue ball somewhere into this wall. Jump bank wasn't bad, but it wasn't in. And like I said, losses in Ghost tend to lead to losses in Ghost, and I've lost 2 in a row now. I finally hit the break the way I think I should have been hitting it in the first place, but check out our friend the 3 ball. Now, I could get... The line on the 2 is this way. Yeah, I'm looking at this. I could get like right here, play the 2 and break the 3 out, but I have to get a shot on the 3 then. I don't really have a way to break out the 3 unless I go super aggressive at it and go 1 rail into it there. But there are all sorts of bad things can happen with that, and I can not get a shot on the 2. I can hit the 6 and be behind the 3. I think this is the safer way to do it. I would have liked more angle, I think. I mean, this is the angle that I looked at, but I would have liked, I could have been up here and just, it's hard to tell. Camera hook being camera hooked here. I do have to jack up a little bit, which means I have to stun into it. I think I was on the wall, or I hit the wall right on my backswing. And here it's the Ghost. Like if I was in a real match, I would play the cue ball off the 3 behind the 6 ball. Or at least towards the 6 ball. Now I got to go with this, and I got to try to get a leave on the 4, so I have to follow bank, which is not the... And I underhit it. And that is 3 losses in a row. We are at 8-4. We're not quite panic time, because this happens in Ghost matches. Can I finally scratch on the break? No, I can't. Little goofy here still. The 2 and the 3 are in weird spots. The 1 to get to the 2 is in a weird spot. What do you do here? Leave me a comment. How do you play this rack out? And leave me a timestamp at whatever time in the video. Just, you know, like 1:55:23 for 1 hour, 55 minutes, 23 seconds. I hope it's not that long, but it feels like I've been talking for a while. Full disclosure, this is the 2nd or 3rd time I've done this video because I had camera issues, which I talked about early on. Let me know what you think of the camera. Now, the stuff in the background here is going to be a little blurry because it's focused on the table and the things around the table, and it's not an autofocus. You don't really want to autofocus on a camera like this because then when you stand in front of it, when you're walking around it, it'll do all sorts of weird stuff. I am playing around the 4 this way. or above the 4 with the same idea. So I thought I would have had to go around it. I still hit it pretty not nice to the pocket, pretty dirty to the pocket. Heavy to the pocket, thick to the pocket. Now I wanted to be here for this. And instead I'm on the wrong side of the 3, and the cue ball is heading this way, which is going to be on the wrong side of the 4. So I have to stun this across and have it come out. And that makes the shot 30% harder. I'm just guessing. I don't know. And I don't think I made it. Oh, I did make it. Good recovery. This should be a stop shot. It's going to naturally roll a little bit this way, but I still have an angle to work from the 5 to the 6. All I need to do is make this. Yep. 5 to the 6 should be 2 rails and out. I can also do 1 rail with a little bit of outside. Bridging over the 6 is a little rougher. And I didn't get there. This looks like it's a super easy shot. This ball is, it's not there. It's here. It should be makeable. You're wondering why there's still a couple minutes left in this video, and I'm going to tell you why in 3, 2, 1. Oh, it is makeable. It's also scratchable. 4 in a row for the ghost. It is 8 to 5. Let's see if we can do something about this. Put this one to bed here. Really rather not. Oh! All right, note to self, stop breaking like that when you're playing the 6-ball ghost. Biggest question here is, does the 2 go past the 5? Next biggest question, does the 2 go past the 5? This way. I think the answer to the first one is yes. The answer to the second one I don't think is yes. If it does not go and I'm not 100% sure, I need to put the cue ball here and go 1 rail through this gap and play the 2 up here. Then I'm kind of just drawing this. I think I'm just drawing closer to, yeah, so must go on the side. There's no way I would leave this. If it didn't go cleanly inside, 100%, no chance of hitting the 5. Yeah, I may have seen this and know what happens. I was there, and I'm the guy in the Adidas sweatshirt. I'm taking a long time on this because the angle to the 3 is odd. The cue ball is naturally going this way, and it's really easy to get behind this 6-ball. What I'm looking at is drawing it past the 3, but remember that one rack where I almost got stuck behind the 4? That is a big concern as well. Also, I never planned on, maybe I did. Did I plan on hitting the 5 there? I could have planned on hitting the 5 there to cut the angle off, because the natural angle I think was going to take it much lower. We're going to say I did that on purpose, and just trust me. This should be an out here. I am going to play this on the Johnny C. short side king short side, just by floating it down. I think I might come off the rail a little bit. Get under it. I don't know if I need to be under it that much, because a stop shot here or just stunning it up a little bit would be perfect, and I don't think I can hold that anymore. So I have to go all the way above it here. What can I draw? Yep, I go all the way above it. Get pretty good. I mean, obviously straight in would have been really nice, but I'm not that far off the line. And that is going to do it. I am victorious. Arms up in the air. I have finally beaten the ghost after an 8 to 1 start. So that is the ghost 6-ball. Let me know what you think. Obviously the last 4 racks, things went wrong, and that's what can happen in Ghost. And anyone who's played the Ghost who thinks it looks easy, especially with only 6 balls on the table, give it a try, post your results, send me a link. I will watch it. I will make comments, let you know honestly what I thought. I will be nice about it, unlike a lot of the guys in the comment section. But anyway, this is going to do it for this video. Again, thank you to the guys from Brave Billiards for this really cool chalk holder. And that's going to be a wrap. I don't know. Do they do this in movies when it's like the end of the thing too? I don't know. We'll see you next time. I'm going to be in Arizona. In fact, I'm probably in Arizona when I post this. I don't know if I'm going to have a video for the second week I'm in Arizona. We'll see what happens in the next few days. But until next time, have a great day and we'll see you later.